Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have three stories. I'm starting with this foundation page from the side-by-side product play class that Ali had done. I'm using it as a movie page, movie slash TV page. So I just masked photos from the internet that I've grabbed, screenshots of movie posters and things into the digital version of these labels. I've done a bunch of different colors and whatnot, and then I have a couple that are quotes, and then one that will hold that number 16 that you saw earlier there. So I'm just starting by cutting these out, just fussy cutting them. I'm going to put you on fast forward because, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, obviously. I'd already cut most of them. I'm just doing the last few on camera here. And then I'm just going to make sure that I have a different color in each section. And I didn't want the same color on top of one another necessarily when you open them. So I'm just fiddling around making sure I've got that the way I want it. And then I'm just going to take each one and put a little liquid adhesive on there and adhere them down. And that's all there is to this page. If you want to see how the foundation page actually comes together, like I said, it's in the side-by-side product play class through Ali Edwards. It's an amazing class. If you haven't taken it already, it's a good one. And there's my number that'll go on the inside, and then just adhering these down. And then this block has my journaling on it. Some of these some of these we watched this year, some of them we didn't. Some of them are just favorites that we watch most years. We didn't watch as many movies this year as we normally do. And then I pulled out these puffy stars. I'm just going to add one to each of these tabs. I had originally planned to maybe do like a star rating of each movie and things like that, but I decided at this point I'm ready to have the album done, so I wanted to keep it simple. So these stars are what I went with. And then you'll notice that's on a page attacher. I had already put that on when I did the foundation page. So that will just go into my album as it is. And then we'll move on to story 17. So this one is also a quick and easy page. It's a full-sized photo of my table that when my husband and I were doing this advent calendar puzzle. It was really fun to do this puzzle over the course of the month. And I set up this picture with the some of the puzzle pieces from that day on day 17 into a little wreath shape, and that's where my number will go. And then I put my journaling in around that wreath. I did all that in Photoshop Elements and then just printed it off on photo paper. Here I'm just adding a plastic circle and adding the number 17. It was a 1 and a 7. They're like a canvas fabric and they already had adhesive on the back. So that made it super simple. And just adding a little liquid adhesive in behind the 17 to adhere that all down. And that's it for this page. I'm not adding anything else, just super quick and easy page. And we're going to move on to story 18. This one I'm starting with a full-size photo of a little ornament I bought this year in my tree. And then I'm using the little matchbook from the Star Kit. This is the physical one. I'm going to add photos to each of the little squares on the inside and my journaling to the back. And then I've got a number and a little phrase flag there to add on and a little twine, red twine. So I'm going to start by taking my bone folder here and a little ruler, and I'm just going to run the bone folder down along the edge where that folds up, where the matchbook actually folds up, just so that these inserts will fold a little better so that when I flip through them, it's easier. they're fairly stiff as is, and it makes it hard to flip. So this will work for that. So I do the bone folder first and then put the little ruler down and then fold the flap up onto the ruler. I did it fairly slowly. I didn't speed this up. I left it as is so you could see just how slow I'm going, and then I will speed it up here. Um, and just doing each one and then using the bone folder on the back as well. I'm trying not to crack the paper or rip the paper. I want them to stay, obviously. So then I'm just going to mark with a pencil where the top of that bottom, or where the tabs are, so that I don't see my journaling in behind them. And then I just adhere. It's printed onto sticker paper, and then you just saw me adhere that down. And now I'm just going to trim down my photos, just taking little bits off at a time. I wanted just a little bit of white showing, but I was trying to make it fairly even. And then you also want to make sure that the bottom of your photos aren't on the actual fold of those little, we'll call them tabs, because that will impede the when you flip through. So you just have to make sure they're just above the fold. So here I am just making sure that they're going to go in the right spots and that they aren't in the way of it folding or flipping. And then just adhere them down with the ATG gun. And that's it for the matchbook for the inside. And then on the outside, I'm just going to take some of this, I say twine, but it's actually embroidery floss. And I'm just going to cut a little length, use my piercer tool and my foam mat to put a little hole in the banner tag there, sorry, and wrap the twine around a few times. You'll see this is just Scotch tape I'm putting on the end of the embroidery floss and to put it through the hole on the banner. It just makes it so that it doesn't fray. So I tie the banner on and then I tie the metal number 18 on there. I'm going to take it apart here a couple times and fiddle with it a bit, but um, just to get it to hang properly. And I think I ended up knotting first, then doing the tag, and then knotting again and doing the number. I think it laid flatter that way, and then trimming my strings. And that's it for that little part. I will trim down the photo and then add that on with some red line tape. I put a fair amount on. I'm not sure you really need that much, but um, the red line tape is definitely the best for adhering bulky items down. And then I'm just going to take off my little backers here. And then you'll notice off to the side there, that's just a piece of a tape, pink tape, painter's tape, just to add those little backings to. I do this often. You've seen it in other videos if you've watched my videos before. Just they're very staticky and it makes it easier when you're taking them off. So that's all done, and I'll just adhere that down to the photo. Thanks so much for watching today. I really appreciate everyone who has subscribed already and who are watching my videos. I'm only doing this for fun and just to have a record, I guess, of all of my layouts. It's been kind of fun so far, and I think I will keep it up. So I just wanted to thank everyone who stays to the end and actually watches all the videos. This one was a quick and easy one. I'm not sure what will come next. I'm gonna plan to print a whole bunch of photos here soon and hopefully get my album finished. So hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.